bigotry, along with white supremacy, thuggery, bigotry, along with complicit men and women within the administration.
What you're watching there is propaganda. Over time it's effective, and of course that's why they do it. But what does it do to the country? Well, just ask the DHS Secretary, Kirstjen Nielsen. She tried to have dinner the other night at a restaurant on 14th Street in downtown Washington, and here's what happened.
Shame! 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 Shame!
So one of the Red Guards you just heard screaming is a current, it turns out, Department of Justice employee named Allison Hrabar. Hrabar was proud to be there, as she later told a reporter, quote, "Anyone who sees Kirstjen Nielsen at dinner, anyone who sees anyone who works at DHS and ICE at dinner, can confront them like this. That's what we hope this will inspire people to do." In other words, if we disagree with your political views, you no longer have rights, including the right to go to outside or eat in restaurants. Is that really a precedent that we're comfortable with establishing? Well, yes, explained Jessica Valenti of The Guardian. She tweeted that, quote, "Nielsen should never be able to show her face in public again." Over at the Washington Post, Christine Emba agreed with that. "Girl, bye," she tweeted, adding that, quote, "I'm frankly astonished she dares show her face in public." Well, this is the definition of mob justice. MSNBC anchors applauded. Nielsen's real sin, they explained, was daring to eat Mexican food.
As we go to break, activists heckled Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen. She made the very tone-deaf, Ivanka-like decision to dine at a Mexican restaurant last night.
Over on CNN, Ana Navarro had the same response, quote, "Are there no Norwegian restaurants in Washington, D.C.?" she asked. In other words, when it comes to eating, stick to your own race. Oh, stop the race mixing, mean DHS secretary. Keep in mind there was a time not so long ago when liberals opposed segregation. There was also a time when liberals supported nonviolence. No longer. Splinter, a website owned by Univision, posted White House aide Stephen Miller's personal cell phone number. The right to privacy doesn't apply to those who oppose the left. Sam Levine, meanwhile, he's a professor at NYU, put personal information about ICE employees on the internet. His readers got the message. But in case that message was too subtle, here's actor Peter Fonda on Twitter encouraging his fellow progressives, quote, "Get the addresses of the ICE agents and surround their homes in protest. We should find out what schools their children go to and surround the schools in protest. We don't have to take the agents' kids. We only need to surround their schools and scare the bleep out of them and worry the bleep out of the agents. We need to scare the bleep out of them, exclamation point. Need to make their children worry now." And then Fonda wrote this about the current DHS secretary, quote, "Kirstjen Nielsen is a lying gash who should be put in a cage and poked at by passers-by. The gash should be pilloried in Lafayette Square naked and whipped by passers-by while being filmed for posterity." End quote. Just another day on progressive Twitter. So where's all of this going? We know the answer to that. You can feel where it's going. The question is, how did we get here? That's not complicated either. Over the past couple of days, Trump administration officials have been compared to Adolf Hitler and the Nazis dozens of times on CNN and MSNBC. What's the effect of that? Think about it for a second. If you really believed Nazis were taking power in your country, what would you do? What wouldn't you do? You would have an obligation to act, to use force. Maybe you'd start by screaming at people in restaurants, but you wouldn't stop there. You might try to assassinate Republican members of Congress at a baseball practice. Who knows what you would do? Hurting Nazis wouldn't make you a bad person. It would make you a good person, like Dietrich Bonhoeffer. This is how countries fall apart, when one side ceases to see the other side as human. Progressive leaders could do a lot to cool the tone here. They don't even try. Where's Chuck Schumer in all this? How about Nancy Pelosi? They're okay with Republican officials being threatened by mobs in restaurants in public? They haven't said otherwise. Apparently they are. And what about Jeff Zucker at CNN or Andy Lack at NBC? They're okay with their contributors calling fellow Americans Nazis on TV? Maybe they're fine with that. They're certainly benefiting from it, for now anyway. until things fall completely apart. At this pace, it won't be long.
Right, yes.
Well, I guess it's okay for the liberals. See, that's why they're the enemy of the state. The mainstream media is the enemy of the state, actually. Basically, that's the bottom line. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.